the Bushamani now power and from right channel as to trending issues are who will be any day so more. Now a year as some back what a trending pie year with social media and so in a year, it did be ever so more any say. A year Prophet Elisha, I will know any sort of penny back who our gun had more issues a who the month for a should be. And come to the water should be power chance or not for him. One and that is not some other day a power so enough for a baba will be anything at the Rashida. Black Beauty, a safe a pay so free and another. Only the way of friend on Fabio and to one theatre or social media. No, and also I'm a Prophet Kofi Oduro so and I'm not too much what can be said. I saw for who do I was gonna hire in a singing na your money so for and I told our music Juma a day and more to say. No, my power, but that was your mom was so for one and I told her a yes and a mother did tell me home. Young quay, now young conquer a Prophet Oduro so. The video and I say someone that to the effort a year Rashida Black Beauty and I was a soft prince Elisha may issue a home young Prophet Kofi Oduro so need some more kind of ever.
Most of us will take pictures and put it on Instagram and the captions are exaggerated. Somebody traveling to Techimai or Sunyai airport and take a picture and say that, well, your niggas are on their way to JFK. I didn't know that Tajima and JFK is there. And so it's interesting how, because that's the language the generation understand. Ladies can understand it very well. Maybe let me say most ladies can understand it very well. When a young man is boasting of nothing. And sometimes I wonder how they fall prey to it. Last night there was some little breaking news on the blog I was reading before I slept around 2 a.m. And on the blog they were saying, one of our friends, a young man that I know here at the pig farm, Leo enticed a lady from Kumasi, been sleeping with the lady for some time now, and he has a wife and children, all that. Pastor, I'm talking about prophet. No prophet for you. I don't want to disturb my own self. I have made it there are many people in this country I don't believe in them. I believe strongly that God has not called them. It's not like there are two categories of people that I don't believe. The group that God never called. Yeah. Then there is the group also, my good friend, good to see you. There is the group also that God called, polished, gave them some lovely grace, and they have digressed. And the digression is purely sin. Sin. Now sin has become normal. When you live a life where your conscience does not speak to you anymore, what didn't move for you. The moment you come to that point, you are on your way to hell. This is where the devil is. Has no conscience, heartless, conscienceless, that kind of people. There are people who boldly can come from their boyfriend's house to the house of the Lord and receive communion, and they find nothing wrong with it. But I love Psalm number 1, one of my very favorite scriptures. Blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the ungodly, who does not, stand in the way of sinners, nor sit in the seat of the scornful. His delight is the word of the Lord. He meditates on it day and night. The Bible said that he might observe to do, according to all that is written there. He shall be like a tree that is planted by the rivers of water, whose leaves will never wither. Whatever he does in a season, he will produce fruit. Similar to Joshua chapter 1 and verse number 8, the word of the Lord will not depart from your mouth. You will meditate on it day and night, that you may, observe to do according to all that is written therein. And then shalt thou make thy way prosperous. And then thou shalt have. It's a condition, sweetie. The fact that you came to church doesn't mean you will be blessed. I'm telling telling you, many people have been. I mean, I have been with my mother in my mother's church. I don't want to mention names. I mean, I have seen my mother's friends. Many of them have been in the singing group and been in all kinds of groups and all that. When you look at their life, nothing to show for. So because when I look at this kind of exaggerated life, so I believe that we need to learn, and Paul said it very nicely. He said, covet the best gift. In other words, learn from the best. Learn from the best. Yeah. There is a reason why I love, Hebrews chapter 13. Consider them that he preached the word of the Lord to you, whose life follow, an example learn. And so it is not only looking up to Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy set before him he endured the cross. It's not only that. Can I develop? Yeah, it's not only that. Praise the name of the Lord. Yeah. Very interesting. Now you are looking to a particular thing where you are also looking at the people who have followed the Lord. Yesterday, the Church of Pentecost, one of the great apostles, among them, he lost his wife, and they attend condolences to the man of God. Amazing, very faithful man, And whilst in the memorial service, even though it was a mixed feeling of joy and sadness and everything, there are people that have followed God whose example we should be learning. There are people who have walked with Almighty God. Serious. They have followed the Lord faithfully. And this year I have, for the first 7 Sundays, I have captioned my presentation Foundations with an S. The Bible makes it very clear that the New Jerusalem has 12 foundations. And so when the Bible was talking about in that discourse, I believe that this is the very time where the very core rudiments, the fundamental base or substratum must be built for a spirit-led life or a purpose-driven life, not just life. No. That this year will be good. No, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's good to make confessions and make positive revelatory faith declarations. But when I ask the believers who are making faith confessions, what is the plan? I shall make it. I believe it. How? Tell me how. The fact that we can be meticulous and articulate, that's a problem, sweetie. And this is why I keep telling the young ladies, never follow a young man who is going nowhere. It's so sad that now our following is about, he drives a Mercedes, he looks good, he smells good. How frivolous, how loose. He smells good. How much are perfumes? Think about it. You give your life to a young man because he smells good. Anybody can borrow a perfume. There are testers in the shops, and the testers are free. Yeah. I was in Cape Town in a shopping mall, the biggest shopping mall in Cape Town. When I went into the shop and I bought perfumes, a friend of mine who bought it for me as a gift said, pick up anything you want. And when I picked up the selection, they gave me gifts of other fragrances, gifts. And then they packaged the gifts, and the gifts were about some very lovely different fragrances. And I said to my friend, since you paid for mine, have this. You bought it for me, but they gave me gifts and it's free, so have them.
For messages or that videos, no, the like and subscribe and not follow on all the social media handles. Adum TV. Meeting at the Mammy Sin Coswo, the emphasis, Macron.